Rambling about a refrigerator magnet and dead fish had not even sunk in before Governor Palin and her lawyers served the media a 4-page warning. Stop investigating allegations or we will sue. In our fourth story, the governor catches her breath long enough to threaten legal action. One of her targets, blogger and radio talk show host Shannon Moore, joins us presently. But first, it did not take long after the stunner at Lake Lucille for the Blame the Media game to begin. At issue, rumors circulating as to why the governor was quitting, ranging from a construction deal on Palin's house to her involvement in the building of a Wasilla sports facility that was worth several times the city's budget. In a letter issued to media outlets, Palin attorney Thomas Van Fleen warning of possible legal action if such rumors are discussed. Quote, several unscrupulous people have asserted false and defamatory allegations that the real reasons for Governor Palin's resignation stem from an alleged criminal investigation pertaining to the construction of the Wasilla sports complex. Several websites, most notably liberal Alaska blogger Shannon Moore, are now claiming that it's fact that Governor Palin resigned because she is, quote, under federal investigation for embezzlement or other criminal wrongdoing. We will be exploring legal options this week to address such defamation. This is to provide notice to Ms. Moore and those who republish the defamation, such as Huffington Post, MSNBC, you spelled it right, and the New York Times and the Washington Post, that the Palins will not allow them to propagate defamatory material without answering to this in a court of law. Ms. Moore responding to the governor's charges outside Palin's office in Anchorage, pointing out that she did not report the rumors as fact.
Sarah Palin is a coward and a bully. What kind of politician attacks an ordinary American on the 4th of July for speaking her mind? What's wrong with her? The First Amendment was designed to protect people like me from people like her. Our American Revolution got rid of kings, and it got rid of queens as well. Am I annoyed? You betcha.
The FBI issuing its own statement on the matter, asserting the governor is not under investigation. Meanwhile, Governor Quitter took to Twitter, trying to keep up with getting truth to you like proof there's no FBI scandal. Joining me now from Anchorage, Huffington Post contributor Shannon Moore, who appears to have struck some sort of nerve. Shannon, good evening.
Good evening, Keith.
Well, why do you think the governor's targeting you, and are you surprised to be in the middle of this?
I am surprised to be in the middle of it. I've been a critic of Governor Palin since she became governor, and I've supported her on some issues that I thought were good for Alaska, but I was sort of surprised to be sucked into this, but, you know, she's kind of mavericky.
The definition of mavericky, as I understood it from at least the 19th century, maybe I'm just thinking of James Garner in the role, certainly did not involve perpetually casting oneself as victim. This woman has been victimized by her own definition an average of once every 3.5 hours since she stepped into the national spotlight a year ago. Eventually, is there not some sort of supposition that that tactic will backfire?
Well, I think it did backfire on her with the David Letterman scenario, you know, coming out accusing him of things. And then he did apologize. And then I think he actually took the high road on that. But I'm just another Alaska girl, and I wasn't going to apologize. I reported that rumors existed, and people were trying to make sense of her word salad out there, you know, resigning and carrying on like, okay, and I quit, but quitters really suck, but I'm going to quit anyway. Like, everybody was just like, what? And for months and months, we've had, you know, sort of brewing rumors, and as every state does, and now those rumors started coming up to the surface, people saying, could it be this, could it be this, could it be this, because we couldn't make sense of what she was saying. When she said, I gave my reasons, or I don't have to give reasons, people were making up their own reasons, and not just people who were critics, people that were supporters.
And the follow-up to this, I mean, Wayne Barrett put this story about what was loosely described as Housegate, or suggesting some relationship between the construction of her house and the Wasilla Sports Complex. That was in the Village Voice in New York last fall. And if you now Google this subject, you will get thousands of hits, and presumably thousands more than you would have gotten, say, last Thursday, or certainly last Saturday, when she decided to make such a big deal about this. Is there not another fundamental flaw in this equation here? Does the governor and her representation not appreciate that the more of a big deal you make about this, the more threats you throw out there, the more people are going to want to find out what the threat is about? Haven't they just tactically gone about this exactly backwards?
Right, like don't think about an elephant.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of scenario with that. And yeah, that story came out actually, I think, October 9th or so of last year. It wasn't a story I ever covered. It was certainly a story that I heard rumor of, but on my way driving to the studio, I was listening to the radio, and it was the 25 top rumors of why Sarah Palin resigned, and I think the number one was that she's going to do Michael Jackson's comeback tour now. I mean, there are so many rumors that well, I'm sorry, but you know, my point is that people are talking about all these different rumors, trying to explain it, and now it's become a joke to a lot of Alaskans. I'm sure to the Palins it isn't a joke. I'm sure this is a hard time for them, and whatever she's going to do after this, I wish her well, but I'm glad that she's not going to be making decisions for my state any longer.
You know, it's just, I mean, any governor under any circumstances who lasts less than 3 years in first term, I mean, right. You know, you presume it has to be Spitzerian at its level of importance to require somebody to quit the office. You can't hang in there for the last 16 months?
Well, I mean, she aborted her term basically, and I know that it's been very difficult for her. I know that the press has been hard, and I think that she's brought on a huge amount of it herself. But you know, there were a lot of people that walked door to door and supported her, and through this last campaign hung in there and gave her a lot of breaks, and she abandoned them, and you know, her supporters here are frustrated. So
well, yeah, you know, that was not, it was the voodoo preacher who made it all happen. It wasn't those people who actually helped her. So, you know, you got to keep your facts in order, Shannon. Shannon Moore of the Huffington Post.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you kindly, and good luck. Stay out of the crosshairs.
All right. Thanks, Keith.